All right, looks like we are live here. Welcome, everybody, to my weekly Sunday live stream. I am here in Pickerington, Ohio, actually. Just played a gig here last night, and it was a good time. It was cool. It was a pretty rowdy club where we played at, but it's a little acoustic duo gig, and had a student of mine come out to the show, which was really cool. Shout out Randy if you're watching. And just thought I would go live here for a little bit. I apologize about the impromptu live stream. I have not had time to promote it. I wasn't really sure exactly what time I was going to be able to go live on YouTube. I know normally I do go live at 11:30 Central Standard Time, but I have to travel back to Nashville today, and I just um, had to do this. This was really the only time that I had to be able to squeeze this in. So I really appreciate everybody joining me here today, and welcome to my weekly live stream. I really appreciate everybody being here. Again, I apologize. I have not really had much time to promote this, but I am here today, just a little early today. But let's see here. We have James in the house. Hey, James, how's it going? Says, hey, dude. What's going on, James? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And let's see here. We have Marshall Derrick Band in the house. How's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yes, here. Do you carry a backup amp to shows? I don't normally. I have in the past. I really would like to get a second deluxe reverb just to have, just in case if something happens. But you know, I do like to bring like a Strymon Iridium, just like a little amp modeler pedal. But I do need to get a second deluxe reverb reissue for sure. That's normally what I gig with whenever I'm out here on the road. It just works, man. It's really simple, very easy to get a great tone. It's very reliable and just works great. So normally for guitars, I'll use an R9 Les Paul and then I'll use a Fender Telecaster, and that really covers about 90% of all of the gigs that I do. That really covers a lot of the tones. So between that and the deluxe reverb and just a few pedals, that's really all that I need. But yeah, really good question. Always really important to have a backup. So I really need to get on that for sure with getting a second deluxe reverb. But I do normally bring a Strymon Iridium just in case if something happens. I can just go direct. So great question. And we have CZ in the house. Hey, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it as always. She says here, I'm up early too, Justin. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 8:30 your time, or maybe no, I'm in Eastern time actually, so 7:30. Yeah. But thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Let's see. We have music fans B in the house. How's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And CZ says here, we are grateful for your time, honey. Thanks so much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thanks again for being here. Really means the world to me. And CZ is a very loyal supporter here of the channel here, so really do appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody watching the videos as well. The videos have been doing really well. I just announced that I'm working with my friend Chris. We're currently collaborating on some original music that we're really excited about, and he's a really talented singer, so I think the two of us together, we're really going to be able to create some amazing stuff. So really excited about that, and stay tuned. We have some more stuff that we're currently working on, even video-wise as well. So we're going to probably do some more stuff with that, and I would love to know what you guys thought of the Led Zeppelin cover. I thought it came out really good. That's literally our second take that we did of that cover. The first take was absolutely excellent, and we had actually never played music together ever. We had hung out one time just to connect, socially, and just kind of get to know one another a little better. But at the time when we filmed the video, it was actually our first time ever playing music together. So that take that we posted on YouTube here was our second take. So the first take was absolutely excellent. It was great, but Chris just wanted to redo this one little ramp up right before the solo section. And, it sounded fine on the first take, but, he just wanted to just redo it. So We ended up doing that, and man, I thought it came out just so great. But there's no auto tune, there's no BS on the recording. It's literally just all live and just raw talent. It's just a single acoustic guitar. Everything was just recorded. Again, it was our second take. There's no auto tune, no editing whatsoever. So, it's just all pure talent. And Chris is just a phenomenal, phenomenal singer. And he just has a gift from God. It's just a natural ability for him. It's just effortless to hit some of these notes. And singing Robert Plant is just really difficult stuff. So he is a gifted singer. Let's see. Music fan says, I'm your big fan. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the support. And CZ says here, where are you at, Justin? I'm actually in Pickerington, Ohio right now. I had a gig here last night. Excuse me. Yeah, so I had a gig here last night, and it was really fun. So, um, a little tired here today. It was pretty rowdy last night and pretty late night, but it was a good time. Let's see, music fans here again. You're a big fan. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And Cece says here, this is so cool that you're excited and passionate about this collaboration. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to release original music and just get in the studio and, put it out there. And it's just so cool now because I have this support here. I have the fans here and the subscribers here on YouTube. So we can very easily market our music to the people. And also, he has his own set of fans as well. So we can just partner up here and really just share this music with a lot of people. So it's really wonderful to have this fan base and these subscribers and this community to be able to share the stuff with. So it just really makes a lot of sense. And for me, I'm very particular about the singer. I'm really, really picky when it comes to who I want to collaborate with. There's a lot of musicians and a lot of songwriters and a lot of singers in Nashville and stuff, but to be honest, there's a lot of really bad stuff, and I'm just very particular. I'm very picky. And when I heard Chris sing for the very first time, I just was blown away. I mean, he is standout. And I just immediately talked with him after he was done playing this gig, and I was like, man, we have got to collaborate. We've got to get in the studio and do something. So, and it was just funny, for those that haven't seen our video, the way that we met was I had a gig in town there on Wednesday, and it was at 3:30, and he was playing in the band before the band that I was playing with. So he was just wrapping up his set by the time that I had got in there, and I just walked in, and he played this Chris Stapleton song in the record key, and the song Parachute, for those out there that know Chris Stapleton music, the song that he sang was Parachute. And if you know that song, you know that the vocal melody is way, way up there, man. It is really, really high. And I just was amazed that he was singing this in the record key after singing for like 3 hours. And I was like, wow, this guy really knows how to sing. He is definitely a professional. Like, he has a lot of technique to be able to sustain doing that. And it was just really amazing. So I was like, man, as soon as he got done, I was like, man, we need to collaborate. But it was also funny because he's also a fan of my YouTube channel. He watches the videos and he knew me from YouTube. So it was just really cool. And, it was just really meant to be that we met. And it was just fate. And we just really clicked, man. Like, we just have this natural chemistry. And we are so excited to be sharing more stuff with you guys. So definitely stay tuned for all that. Let's see. 1002 Northeast is in the house. Hey, man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. He says here, wait, isn't this earlier than supposed to be? Yes, it is. This is the only time that I had available today to be able to do this live stream. I'm currently in Ohio, actually. I had a gig here last night, and I just have to leave here at noon. So, um, I have to travel back to Nashville. So I needed to do this just a little bit earlier than usual. So I apologize about that. It's going to be the same situation as well for next week because I'm flying to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'll be playing up there. So just stay tuned. I apologize that I don't know exactly what time I can do the live streams, but I will do it at some point on Sunday. So it may be something like this. Maybe it's a little bit earlier or a little later, something like this. So just keep an eye out on a post. I'll normally do a post on YouTube, and hopefully you guys are seeing those posts. But I'll just announce it and let you guys know when I'm going live. Let's see. CZ says here, how did the groundhog do today? I actually don't know. I forgot that today is Groundhog Day. It's February 2nd already. Jesus. It's crazy. I can't believe it's already February already. I mean, man, it was just New Year's. It's crazy. But let's see. And Justin, when you smile, we know it was a good night. Thanks so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh man, thanks so much for the Venmo tip, 1002 Northeast, man. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much for the support, man. That really means the world to me. So, thank you for that. I apologize I can't do my normal effects. I don't have my usual gear to be able to do this live stream, but thank you so much for that. Seriously, really appreciate it. And 1002 Northeast folks is another huge supporter of this channel and a huge supporter of me, and is just a huge fan. So I'm forever thankful to everybody out there that is supporting me, that is a huge fan of my music. I really do appreciate it, and I could not do any of this stuff without you guys. So I'm forever thankful for that. So again, thank you for that. Let's see. We have Ty in the house. Hey Ty, how's it going? Says Justin with the fizz pump. Thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for being here, and really appreciate it as always. Let's see. Music fans here says you're my friend favorite singer. Oh, you mean Chris? Yeah, Chris is he is a phenomenal singer. He is really really great. So yeah, stay tuned, man. We have a lot of new music. We have a lot of plans for the future. I think this collaboration is going to be one of the greatest. I mean, it's going to be absolutely amazing, the music that we are able to come up with and create because of Chris's vocal. He can sing literally anything. And I think the combination of my guitar playing and his singing, I think it is really going to be something special. We are sitting on something really incredible here. So stay tuned. It's gonna be amazing. I mean, his vocal, my guitar playing, again, it's just gonna be really amazing. I have a lot of riffs and a lot of different ideas that I've saved over the years, and we're just gonna go through a bunch of stuff, man, and just write some material. We're gonna make videos. I mean, we're talking. We have all kinds of ideas, and also something too. Since I'm talking about this, I would love to know where everybody is watching from. We would love to know because, maybe we could come to your local city, if you're from Orlando, Florida, or if you're from Chicago or wherever it is that you're from. We just would love to know, just to have some information as far as where we could gig and where we could market a show. So I would love to know, if you guys would love to, if you guys would like to share, a close city that is near you, we would just love to know, just to get some information, just to see like where everybody is watching from and where would be a good place to do a show. So let me know for sure. And 1002 Northeast says here, you're welcome, just don't let it happen again. Oh man, you're joking around. It's all good. Yeah, man. Again, sorry about that. Um, I it's just hard, man, being out here on the road. My schedule is just all over the place, so it's really difficult to know like an exact time. And it's just hard. I'm normally tired. I mean, the road really kicks your ass. It really kicks your ass. So it's It's hard for sure, but it's also a lot of fun, you know. So let's see. Ty says here, Chillicothe. Okay, cool. Chillicothe, man. That's not too far from where I'm at. I'm in Pickerington right now. I just had a gig here actually last night, so not too far away at all. Y'all have that chili. It's like a big chili cook-off or something like this. I can't remember. There's something in Chillicothe that's like a really big deal for that. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't know. I could just be talking on my ass too, so I don't know. Let's see. We got Michael Davis in the house. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, hey, Justin. I'm curious, when you adjust humbuckers on your Les Paul or 335, do you adjust the pole pieces or leave them flat to the cover? I've heard mixed advice on this. Interesting. Um, you know, what do I do? I honestly, off the top of my head, man. I mean, I just adjust it to wherever it sounds good, you know? Everything that I do is all based upon what I'm hearing. I don't take any kind of, measurements. Like people ask me to, like, I know this isn't your question, but, people will ask me, like, pickup heights or, like action and all this stuff. Like, man, I just do whatever sounds best. With the pickup heights, I adjust it to whatever sounds best. With the action, I don't measure anything. Everything is just all based upon feel. But as far as, adjusting pull pieces, leaving them flat to the cover, man, I honestly, off the top of my head, don't even know what the hell I do with that. I just do whatever sounds good, man, to be honest. So I try not to get too caught up in all of that stuff, I just would rather play. So let's see here. James says here in Orlando, Florida currently. Oh, that's awesome, man. Very cool. Love Orlando. Yeah. And again, folks, if you guys are comfortable with sharing where the closest major city is to where you're watching from, we would love to know once again, just to get an idea of like where everybody's watching from and where would be a good area to market shows in the future. Um, let's see here. CZ says here, we are grateful for the quality time you gift us, Justin. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. And let's see. CZ says here, Grit City is where I'm coming in from today. Grit City, where is that at? I'm not familiar with that area. Let's see. And Madi's in the house. Hey man, how's it going? Says here, hi Justin. I'm coming in to Nashville very soon. I'm waiting for the visa. Do you know someone who sells Fractal VP4 in Nashville? I don't know off the top of my head with the Fractal stuff. Maybe Tour Supply would have it, or I don't know, man. With the Fractal stuff, I think they just sell direct as well, so you could probably just order it online from Fractal's website. So that's probably your best bet, just to get it and do it that way. I don't know locally there in Nashville if any Fractal dealers. I'm not sure. Let's see. 1002 Northeast says here, I was joking about the absence of sound effects. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, I was playing around with proximity of my pickups to the strings. I was impressed with the change in tone. Of course. Yeah. What's your pickup distance set to? Yeah. Good question. Yeah. So this is kind of similar to what the other guy was asking Michael there. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't take any kind of measurements or anything. I just do whatever sounds good. That will definitely affect the tone though, for sure. And that's something that you should definitely mess with for sure. I just do whatever sounds best to my ears, and that's what I would say. That's my biggest piece of advice with just all of this stuff. You know, once you get it set right and you love the way that it sounds, just leave it and just play. That's it. So, let's see. Just after I wrote that, I heard you talking about it already. Oh, yeah. All good. And he says here, Delray Beach here. Oh, cool. Lots of venues here. Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful, man. We would love to come down, man, for sure. We would love to do it. So, this is all great information, folks. So, thanks so much for writing that and being comfortable with that. We just would honestly love to know, just in the future, where would be like a good spot, to market some shows. So, let's see. The Orchard Park Band is in the house. How's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here you should, once you get it like you want, to take string height, pickup height, and truss measurements to document it. Things change with weather and you will never know your baseline. Yeah, totally. I mean, this stuff moves around, of course, but you just adjust it. Of course, it's always going to be changing. I just don't take any kind of measurements or anything. I can feel when something's different. And when it's different, I just make adjustments from there. So, normally like in the winter time, you got to turn the truss rod a little bit. But yeah, that's true, man. That stuff is always moving around, man, for sure. So, and CZ says here that's Tacoma, Washington. Oh, okay, Grit City is Tacoma, Washington. I didn't know that. Wow, interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with that area. I don't think I've ever actually been out there before. Um, no, I haven't. I actually haven't. I've never been to Washington, so that'd be cool to check it out someday. But yeah, folks, thanks again so much for joining me here today. I really do appreciate it as always. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. And, if you guys feel like you got something out of this live stream, or if you just want to show your support for the channel here, check out all of the links that I have linked down below in the description box. There's many ways that you can support this channel. If you want to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support is always really appreciated. And be sure to check out all of the links that I have down below there. You know, um, I have many links and many ways that you can support this channel. I offer one on one online consultations, and I'm teaching people from all over the world. And, if you guys would like to take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. Also linked down below. And I'm also a Sweetwater affiliate partner. So if you guys are looking to buy any kind of gear, I just get a small little commission off of it. It doesn't cost anything extra whatsoever. But it's just another cool way to support the channel. And just check out all this stuff. I've got a bunch of different links down there. Let's see. The Orchard Park Band says here the Zeppelin tune was good. Nice job. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was cool, man. That was our second take of that song. Our first take was phenomenal, but Chris wanted to just kind of. He was just hearing something a little bit different on the ramp up before the solo section on that particular line. So he just wanted to redo it just one more time. And, it was also our very first time ever playing music together. We never played music together ever. So I thought it came out really, really good. And I'm just so excited for the future, man, with, Chris's vocal ability and my guitar playing and my musicianship now at this point has just gotten so good that I think we can write some just unbelievable material. So I'm really excited about the future with that. And stay tuned. We have a bunch more videos and a bunch more ideas that we're talking about right now. So definitely stay tuned. We're definitely going to be doing some more stuff for sure. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. I was on this comment. Yeah. Okay. This is where I was at. The Orchard Park Band says here, are there pawn shops and guitar stores outside Nashville that have guitars and amps, not the bigger ones? Yeah, man. I mean, of course, there's pawn shops, and guitar stores. I mean, there's a guitar store in Clarksville, which is like an hour away from Nashville. It's a big military town there, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's also Paragon Mills, which that's in Nashville. It's a little south of Nashville, right off of Nolensville Pike. That's a more of a pawn shop, but they have a lot of guitars and a lot of amps and a lot of pedals and stuff. So that's worth checking out. Every now and again, you can find some stuff that's kind of cool there. But yeah, man. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, man, outside of Nashville. I mean, there's stores everywhere. So let's see. CZ says here, well, it's time for you to come here and play for us. We need you. Definitely. I would love that. That would be wonderful. I would love to come out there and come play some music. That would be amazing. So, again, let us know if there's any venues or if there's any place that you'd like to come see us come play. Just let me know. Send me an email, and it'd be cool to figure out something for sure. So just obviously has to make sense business wise as well. With the travel costs and gas prices being what they are and just everything. It's not easy, man. It's not easy touring and traveling and doing this. The costs have just gotten so out of control. It's just unbelievable. So obviously it has to make sense business wise, but we are open to anything. So but yeah, folks, once again, if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, and you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream, check out all of the links down below in the description box. I have many ways that you can support this channel. I offer one-on-one online consultations, and these consultations are just absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just phenomenal, honestly. Everything is shot on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you'll actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end of the lesson. So you could very easily just download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. And it just works incredibly well. I mean, literally, it's as if we are sitting right next to each other. There's no glitching up, there's no freezing up or any of this stuff. It just works amazing, man. It really is amazing. So for some more information on this, hit me up at jkm4231 at gmail.com. That's jkm4231 at gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level today. Send me an email. And also, while you're down there in the description box, I have many other links and ways that you can support this channel. So be sure to check out all of that stuff. And I really appreciate any and all support. So thank you for listening. And once again, folks, if you guys have any questions for me, if you guys, would like to ask me anything, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer it. And for those out there that are brand new, just watching this live stream for the very first time, I go live every Sunday. Every Sunday, normally at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I normally go live from Nashville. But here today, I'm in my hotel room. I'm out on the road. I just had a gig in Pickerington, Ohio last night. So I'm out here on the road. And next weekend, I'm flying to Milwaukee. And then the weekend after that, I'll be down in Georgia. So my schedule is going to be pretty hectic. So I don't know exactly if I'll be able to do 11:30. It's going to be probably something similar to what I'm doing here today, where it'll be a little earlier or maybe a little later. It just depends on my schedule. So, but if I am in Nashville, I go live every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So come on and join the party. We have so much fun, and this community is just amazing. So come on in and join the family if you are brand new here. Let's see. The Orchard Park Band says here, what do you think of Mesa Boogie amps, or are you mostly a Fender guy for live? Man, I don't like Mesa Boogie amps. Just honestly, my humble opinion. I know they build such quality stuff, like, it's just perfect, like everything. If you look inside, like the circuit and stuff, it's just like so meticulously done. It's just amazing. But I just cannot get a good sound out of those amps, man. I don't know. Like, I just don't like them at all, to be honest. I have to be honest. Really for me, it's all about Fender, Vox, and Marshalls. Those are my favorite amps. Um, I just I just don't like Mesa Boogie, man. I know that they build such a solid product, man. It's all made in the U.S. or at least it was. I don't know about how it is now, but man, I just can never get a good sound out of those things at all. I just don't like them, man, at all. So really, for me, again, it's all about Fender, Vox, and Marshall. So let's see. 1002 Northeast says here there is a chain called Tin Roof. They have acts from Nashville coming here all the time. The Funky Biscuit is a really cool venue here too in Boca Raton. Did I say that right? Probably not. I saw Greg Koch there. Oh, that's awesome. Greg is a phenomenal guitar player, man. He's excellent. Really, really good player. That's cool. But yeah, Tin Roof definitely. Yeah, those are all over the place. Yeah, that's a big chain. Um, there's a lot of acts from Nashville that'll play those, and they can also be really good like routing venues, Tin Roofs, where like maybe if you're on tour opening for like a major act or something, you can take a gig there on like a Wednesday or something or a Tuesday and just get you on the road and just route yourself to the bigger gigs. So it's just nice, because then the musicians have another gig and, you know, I mean, those gigs don't really normally pay all that much, really, if you're playing Tin Roofs, but they can be helpful in, again, routing and maybe covering the cost of fuel for the whole trip or something or whatever. And then, it'll route you to the big gigs that are really paying really good. So, yeah, that's a really common thing with Tin Roof. Yeah, they have them literally everywhere. So. And I gotta say, man, there's some of those Tin Roofs that are really fun, man. Honestly, like just even hanging out there drinking a beer, there's some fun ones for sure. But yeah, that's very cool, man. That's awesome. But again, thanks so much, everybody, for being here. We've had some great engagement here today. Really appreciate everybody being here, and again, thank you for watching all of the videos. I really, really appreciate it so much. It really means the world to me. And I hope you guys checked out my most recent video with my collaboration, my announcement with Chris Keller. He is a phenomenal singer, and we are so excited to get in the studio and to just create music and create videos. I mean, we have ideas for all kinds of different stuff and eventually even taking this thing out on the road, and playing some gigs. And once again, if you guys are comfortable with sharing what major city you guys are watching from, we would love to know, just to have some information, just going forward, so that we could actually market and find good places to do some gigs at. So if you guys are comfortable with sharing that, I would love to know, just for some more information. But let's see. We have Josh here in the house. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. It's a new name here, so welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Let's see. Hopefully, you don't see any violence on stage. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. You never know, man. You never know, man. Some of these clubs, man, and some of these places, man, it can really get crazy. But yeah, as of right now, man, I have not seen any violence. I've seen a close situation, and I thought about that. So you're talking about the video that I did with Chris, where we were talking about that, and off the top of my head, when we were filming that video, I couldn't really think about any violence that I had seen. Where I really haven't seen any violence, but I remember after filming that video, there was one time where we were playing this venue, and this is with a different artist, not with Chris, but just with an artist that I was hired on for. And it was really bizarre, man. It was like in East Tennessee, and the owner of the venue, like, just started going crazy, man. He just completely lost it. And so we were contracted to go on at 11:30, and we were playing a 90-minute show. So it was going to be a really late night, and that's just what he wanted to do. But for whatever reason, at like 9 or 9:15 p.m., he started like just going off on the tour manager and just lost it, man. And he was like, "Man, are you guys effing with me? Are you guys not going to show up?" Because we had left our gear there, and like we still weren't at the venue at 9:15, because it's like, why be there when we're not playing until 11:30? I mean, there's no point to get there that early. So he also had paid in cash for the gig, so he thought that we just took the cash and just split. And it was like that was not at all the deal, and so we show up at 11 p.m. and the venue owner started going around telling all of the fans that were at the show that we weren't going to be showing up, that we're not going to be playing. So it was really bizarre. Like, there were some people that had left, and they were really pissed, obviously, because they bought tickets, but on the contract we were supposed to play at 11:30. So it was really bizarre. But he started doing this, and he literally owns the venue, and he started walking around telling everybody. So where I'm going with this, where I thought there was going to be some violence, was when we got there, the singer confronted the venue owner, and man, I thought there was going to be some punches thrown, man. I mean, it was really, really heated, man. But fortunately, there was no punches, nobody got hurt, or nothing happened, but it was very close. And I honestly forgot about that story. So this artist that I'm actually out here on the road with right now, this is actually the artist that that this happened with. So yeah, it's just it was a close call though, for sure. But it was really bizarre. I mean, I don't know why you would do that as the venue owner. Why would you have people that bought tickets and that are drinking at your venue? Why would you tell them that the band is not going to be showing up? I mean, it was really bizarre. So that was a very close call. Almost some violence there for sure. Let's see. CZ says here with the super chat, she says here, I know it's not much, but sent an appreciation to you, your time and talent, Justin. Thanks so much, CZ. Hey, I really appreciate it. Any and all support is really, really appreciated. So thank you for that. And we also have James here in the house. James with the super chat, $5 for the dog fund. Thanks so much, James. Really appreciate that. Yeah, man, I definitely need a dog for sure. I definitely need to get a dog. It'd be cool. It's just hard, with all the traveling and all the touring that I do. It would be hard to, because I live by myself in Nashville there, so it'd be hard to find somebody to watch the dog, but I would love to have one for sure. It would be cool. Let's see, what time is it? 11. Okay, I still got some time. Let's see here. The Orchard Park Band says here, have you used a Princeton live, or is it too small? No, you could definitely use a Princeton. I've used a bunch of them over the years live. Just throw a mic on it, man. It's plenty loud. If you like Princeton's, which one, the Silverface or Blackface? Blackface for sure. And how is the Blues Junior? Blues Juniors rock. They're great. They're different, they're a little more mid-rangey. It's not quite the same as like a Princeton. It's not going to be the same experience, but they're great. Fender amps just in general are phenomenal. If you plug up a Gibson guitar, like a 335, if you plug up an SG, if you plug up a Les Paul into a damn Fender amp, a Deluxe, a Vibrolux, a Pro Reverb, a Blues Junior, or Princeton, you can make it work, man. It just works incredibly well. It's really all you need, really. I mean, there's some really amazing pedals out there as well that just sound excellent, and I just would really recommend, man. I mean, any Fender amp is really going to get the job done. The only amp I don't like is I don't like the twin reverb. I don't like twin reverbs at all. They sound terrible for electric guitar. It's one thing if you're a steel player, they love twin reverbs because they're very clean and they're scooped and stuff, and it's just the tone, it's the sound for steel. But for electric guitar, it's just not the same. So, but really any Fender amp, like I was saying, like a Princeton reverb you're talking about here, those are phenomenal. The Deluxe, the Pro, the Vibrolux, Super if you want to carry 410s, it's definitely much heavier, but they sound amazing too. So, I mean, there's just so many great Fender amps out there. And again, man, if you plug up a damn 335 or a Les Paul, an SG, it just sounds awesome, man. This sounds kick ass. And they're so reliable too. That's another thing. That's what I love with Fender amps, man. They're just so reliable. So, let's see. 1002 Northeast says here the live gig business sucks. People are making less today per gig than in the 1980s. Amateur players flood the venues, accept low wages, and bring the industry down. Yeah, sure. Audience doesn't care. It's sad. Yeah, man. It's that's definitely a thing, man. I mean, it's amazing what some people are willing to work for. I've shared that here on this channel many times, and it's incredibly frustrating. Like, I love music. I'm very passionate about music. I've devoted my life to music. And I understand that you have to be very passionate with it, but you also have to survive, man. It's your business, it's your livelihood. And I just don't understand what some of these people, I mean, how are they surviving, man? And what the hell are you doing it for? Work taking these gigs for half price, man. Like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, and a lot of these guys, man, like, they never tell you their situation. There's a lot of these guys that, they actually have 4 or 5 roommates, that they're not telling you about. But here on social media, they're, talking a big game and this and that. But man, I tell you, like, it's just amazing, man. It's incredible what people are willing to work for. And for me, I'm very picky. I have to make a certain amount of money to survive. And, I'm fortunate that I have artists that are willing to pay what I charge because of what I offer. I offer a lot of experience. I feel that my guitar playing, my musicianship is exceptional. And, if they want to hire a true professional, you get what you pay for, man. And, that's going to take a little bit more money. And for me, I'm very picky. I'm very choosy in who I work with because, to be honest, man, there's a lot of morons in Nashville, to be honest with you. I just am going to be totally transparent, man. There's a lot of just hacks, man, honestly, that are in Nashville. And, I'm just very picky, man, in who I work with. I need to make a certain amount of money, and I'm just not interested in doing it if it's not going to pay a certain amount of money. For me as a musician, I have so many other things that I do outside of, the gigs. I mean, from teaching, from doing stuff in town, from recording, for doing all of this. I mean, I have my own channel here. I'm currently in the process of writing my own material. I have so many other things that I do outside of gigging that, I don't really need to be doing it. I just love it. I love to go out and perform, and, um, it's nice to just change it up, So, but yeah, it is so true, man. I mean, there's guys that are taking, these gigs for half price that somehow they go to Belmont or they go to Berkeley or, any music college. I'm not saying those in particular, but just any music college where they've racked up, I mean, 250 grand in debt, something like this. And, the tuition on these places, I mean, it's even higher now. I mean, I actually looked it up recently. I mean, there's some of these colleges that are charging damn 60,000 a year, man. So it's like when you add on interest, you add on all of this stuff, like, holy, I mean, how that has got to be so expensive, man. It's just silly, man. And you get these guys, man, that take the gigs for half price. Somehow they can afford to pay that back and survive and live in Nashville where it's so much more expensive now. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. But, I'm lucky that, again, like, I have a lot of connections and, I've been in the game for a long time. And, I have artists that are willing to pay what I charge and what I'm worth. So I'm just not willing to go down that low. And, those guys, they can have those gigs, man. If they want to take gigs for half price, have at it, man. That's on you, man. But that said, I love touring. I love performing. It is so fun. It's so enjoyable, and it's always a new experience. It's a new thing. You meet new people, and it's just a blast. So it's really always the big thing with touring is you have to really ask yourself, can you do the van? That is the biggest question that you have to ask yourself when you're doing these gigs out here on the road. Can you do the van? Even after this live stream, I'm going to be sitting there for 6 hours, which is not bad. It's not really that bad of a trip, but, it was also 6 hours up here, and I'm away from my home for, what? I left Friday. Yeah. So left Friday. So I've been here the whole weekend. So you got to be open to leaving your house, and leaving your home and your home life and everything to come out here and do this. So it's just the biggest question again is, can you do the van? That is the biggest question. And when I say, can you do the van, like, I'm just saying in general, like, even if you're on a bus, it's just a saying, like, can you do the van? And that really just means, can you do the travel? That's that thing with that. Let's see. The Orchard Park Band says, thank you for doing these live streams and answering questions. Much appreciated. Yeah, of course. No problem. Oh, my alarm went off. Oops. No problem whatsoever. These live streams are all for you guys. I just love showing my appreciation and my love to you guys. And I really appreciate everybody watching the videos. It just really means the world to me, and these live streams are just a really cool way to be able to connect with everybody. And I just love hanging with you guys. I see a lot of familiar names on here, and it's just really cool to answer you guys' questions and talk more about the channel and more about music, more about the content. And once again, it's just a great way to connect with everybody. So thanks so much for being here. Says here also, I like how open and honest you are. Thank you. Appreciate that. Michael Tapp is in the house. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, what kind of van? 15 passenger normally. It depends on the artist, depends on what their budget is. Some artists do have buses, obviously. Some have a 15 passenger van. So, it really just depends. So, and then also too, like, we also do a lot of flying as well. So I'm going to be doing that next week. I'm flying to Milwaukee, so I'll be doing that. Let's see. Where was I? Here I am. Let's see. CZ says here, my best friend's granddaughter just got a scholarship to Belmont. She just signed her letter of intent. Awesome. Very cool. Congratulations. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. 1002 Northeast says here, good for you with that approach to things. Honestly, the best players I know who went to top-notch music schools were great players before they entered. Yeah, it's true. That sucks. Yeah, it does for sure. It definitely does. And I couldn't imagine, making what these gigs pay and trying to pay that back, man. I mean, that would have been devastating to my career. It would have been devastating, and hell, I mean, I'm still working on it, man. I'm still building it. It's a never ending thing. Like, you're always trying to get to that next level. You're always trying to just keep this thing rocking, man. And you're just never, like, for me, I'm never really satisfied. I'm always like, just keep working, and keep doing this, and keep trying to build the channel, keep writing more music, keep doing all this different stuff. And it can definitely be a grind, man. You can really get tired. But I could not imagine trying to do all of this while you have that weight on your shoulder like that, of having to pay 250 grand in debt just off of a music degree. I mean, and to be honest, it doesn't do anything to help you get gigs. It does not do anything. I've never been asked ever in my entire time, hey, did you go to music school, or do you have a degree for this position? Like, Never, And that's the thing, like I talk about all the time, like, you get these guys, the competition that, again, they're doing this stuff for half the price. It's like they're just willing to take anything just to say that, oh, they tour with so and so, or oh, they, are a professional musician or whatever, like, and it's just their dream. And I understand that, man. It's a dream, and it's a dream come true to do this, and to be a musician, to make a living at it. But it's like, what kind of living are you really making if you're, doing these gigs for half price and then paying back 250 grand in debt, and also, cost of living and instruments and all this stuff? I mean, it's crazy, you know. So, let's see. CZ says here, oh, touring in a van, memories of a 1979 uninsulated cargo van in Canada during the winter. Wow, that must have been interesting. Wow, that is crazy. That sounds cold, real cold. Yeah, there's no way I could do that, man. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm fortunate, with the artists that I work with, like the accommodations, the stuff in how we travel, and just everything that we travel in. It's just really top notch. It's really good. So everything is really laid out. Normally really good hotels, and it's also just a standard that I set for myself. I'm just not willing to take some of these gigs. Like if that were to be the situation where the band is traveling in a uninsulated van, I mean, there's no way I would do that. At this point, it's just not worth it for me. I mean, I'd rather just stay home, to be totally honest. So, but artists I work with, it's normally cool. It's really good accommodations. It's just, again, can you do the travel? That's always the question that you have to ask yourself. But for me, I love performing. I love getting that rush and feeling that energy in the room, and being able to connect with everybody in the room and play down the music and just share this stuff with everybody. It's music is meant to be performed, and it's meant to be shared with people. So that's the way that I look at it. So I love to perform. I think, honestly, if I just stared at my computer screen all day and just, taught lessons. And I love teaching lessons. I love doing the YouTube thing and everything too, of course, don't get me wrong. But I think I would really go crazy, if I was just constantly in my home studio, just staring at my camera or staring at the damn computer screen. I would start to go a little crazy, I can't do that full time, I've got to get out there. I've got to go perform and go play. So that's the way that I look at it. And CZ says here, keep the passion. Thank you. Appreciate that. Definitely will do, for sure. I'm a lifer when it comes to playing music. I absolutely love it, and still really, really enjoy it. And, folks, I do want to take the time to mention that if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys would like to support the channel, please be sure to check out all of the links that I have down below in the description box. I offer one-on-one online lessons. I have a Sweetwater affiliate partner link. There's just so many ways that you can support the channel. If you guys want to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar, or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support is really, really appreciated. So please be sure to check out all of that stuff. My one-on-ones are all filmed on a 4K definition camera in my home studio in Nashville, and it's all pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with the lessons, once again, folks, is that you can actually just simply download the video once I send you the link after the lesson, and you could rewatch the lesson as many times as you want. So it's a really amazing platform, and it's really pro quality, studio quality stuff. So send me an email today at jkm4231@gmail.com. That's also linked down below in the description box. Thanks for listening. Let's see. 1002 Northeast says here, do you have a booking agent for tour gigs, or does most of your work come from word of mouth? So yeah, a lot of it is word of mouth. I don't have any agent as a independent musician. I would love to have an agent with my original music in the future. that is definitely something that I would definitely consider for sure. But for myself as just an independent musician where I'm getting for hire gigs with different artists, it's a lot of it is just word of mouth. They know of me. I've been in town for a long time, and I have a reputation, of my playing and um, really being able to deliver. And it's a lot of this word of mouth, where like artists will hear about me because they see me work with another artist, or they've seen my social media stuff, or they've seen me on YouTube, whatever. So there's a lot of ways, but yeah, a lot of it is word of mouth for sure. I've been in the business for a long time now at this point, so people know when they hire me, they know what they're gonna get, and again, these guys that want to do this stuff for half price, man, have at it, man. Go ahead and take the gig, man, if you need it that bad. For me, I can just stay home. I mean, I have so many other things that I can do. And for me, I have a certain standard that I have to be seeing on these gigs, and I really hold myself up, um, and they're just that has to be met. My needs have to be met. If it's not going to pay a certain amount, if the accommodations are not going to be, right, I would rather just stay home. It's fine because I get offers for all kinds of stuff. I could do stuff in town. I could do road stuff. I could again do lessons. I could write music. For my new original music that's coming out. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I could do. But yeah, I would love to have an agent. I would love to have an agent for my original music. That would be wonderful. CAA or WME or UTA, that would be wonderful. I would love to consider them for sure with the original music, definitely. That would be a huge help. Let's see. CZ says here it was talking about the uninsulated cargo van in winter in Canada. That sounds very cold. And CZ says here, young passion with a heart. Thank you. Appreciate that. And 1002 Northeast says here, when exactly are you performing in Atlanta? I don't know. In Atlanta in particular, I'm playing in LaGrange on, let's see, that is February 15th. And actually, there's another date in Georgia. I forget what area, but it's a weekend run. It's a Friday and Saturday. I know for sure it's LaGrange on Saturday because I've played that place before, but I don't remember the 14th. I'll get back with you on that. But both dates are in Georgia. I don't know if it's near Atlanta. I forget the area exactly and where those places are, but it is in Georgia. It's been a long time since I've played in Atlanta, actually. Oh man. Well, man, great live stream here today. I really appreciate everybody asking all these amazing questions, and we've had some incredible engagement. If you guys do have any other questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. Once again, I really appreciate everybody watching the videos. It really means the world to me. And I am so excited with my new collaboration with Chris Keller. Be sure to check out our video. It's a really amazing video. We did an incredible cover of Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll, and his voice on it is just phenomenal. And I think we are sitting on something really amazing here, for sure. I think between my guitar playing, between his singing, it's just the combination is just really phenomenal. I think we are really sitting on something very, very special. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing videos. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. And man, it's going to be so fun. We are so excited about the future. And we're going to be doing videos and recording music and just doing all of this stuff. So we're going to put it out there, and stay tuned for all of that. We've got a bunch more videos coming up. And I just can't wait. It's always been a dream of mine to do my own original music. it's just been really difficult to find the right people to collaborate with. I'm very particular and I'm very picky in how I want the stuff to sound. And when I heard Chris sing for the first time, I was like, wow. I mean, this is just a perfect fit. And he's such a nice guy and just an amazing, amazing singer. So be sure again to check out that video and stay tuned. We have a lot of stuff coming up. So let's see. It says here asking because we're going to the Georgia Wine and Food Fest in March. Keep us posted if you're going to be in Georgia again in March. Yeah, we'll do for sure. We'll do for sure. Yeah, I will definitely keep you posted there for sure. Let's see. He also says here, your friend, I'm sorry I forgot his name, is a singer's singer. Yeah, he truly is. He truly is. He is standout. He is special, man. He has a gift from God. He really does. And he says here, are you not finding many singers like him in Nashville? Definitely not, man. Definitely not. Um, he is standout. He is definitely standout. And again, I'm very picky, and I have a very good intuition. I really, again, I'm very picky, and if I feel that something is just not right or it just doesn't sound right to me, um, I don't want to work with them, and I'm not interested in collaborating. There's a lot of musicians and a lot of singers in Nashville, but honestly, there's a lot of really, really rough stuff, man. Like, I think so much of it is really overhyped. I honestly have to say, I think with Nashville, of course, there are a lot of musicians, there's a lot of singers, there's a lot of artists and stuff, but a lot of the people just don't have like what Chris has. Chris has a natural God-given ability. It's a God-given gift that he has, and it's really special. It's really standout, and there's a lot of people that will just simply never be able to do what he does. He's just on a completely different level than the majority of the people in Nashville. And even with guitar playing and with a lot of these artists, like even if they're big artists, I mean, I tell you, like a lot of them are not really that great of a singer. Like, yeah, they may have a lot of success, man, and stuff, but like, they're not really that great, man, of a singer. And even there in Nashville, like, there's just a lot of not so great stuff, in Nashville, to be totally honest. I think it is so overhyped. Like, even a lot of the guitar playing there, like, yeah, there's some great players, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but there's also a lot of really bad guitar playing that goes on there. Um, I think it's just so overhyped. A lot of the musicianship there in Nashville, it really is overhyped for sure. And I just think, honestly, Chris is standout for sure. There's something about it, man, and he definitely is a singer's singer. That's a great way to put that. A really good way to put that. And when I heard him sing, I just thought that immediately. I was like, man, he must be like a vocal coach. Like, he is a professional. I mean, to be able to sing a Chris Stapleton song after 3 hours of singing in the record key. He sang Chris Stapleton's Parachute is the first song I heard him sing, and I just was blown away, man. Like, he was singing this in the record key and just nailing it, man, after singing for 3 hours. Like, that is somebody that is a professional that really understands how to control your vocal cords, how to really sing. He is a singer. That's a great way to put that, for sure. And there is not really a lot of that in Nashville. And the other thing is too that I think is so weird with Nashville is you would think that a lot of these artists would want to try to collaborate with the band, with other musicians, and it's just like, to me, that's what music is all about. It's all about collaborating. It's all about doing this stuff. And like a lot of people, they they just want to be the artist, or the player just wants to be a player where they're just a for hire musician and they work with all these bands. And I'm not saying anything bad about that. It's all fine and good. You're making a living at it, but I just don't understand. Like, you don't want to collaborate. You don't want to try to release original music. Like, to me, it's just very weird. And you would think that a lot more of that would go on. And I understand that there's a lot of songwriting and stuff, but honestly, even a lot of the songwriting that goes on there in Nashville, I mean, it's very elementary kind of stuff. It's a G chord, a D chord, an E minor, and a C chord. A 1 5 6 4 chord change. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of talented songwriters. I'm not saying anything bad about that, but there's also just a lot of really bad stuff there for sure. And I just think it's so weird. Like, with a lot of these bands, you would think that there would just be a lot more collaboration just all of the time, like between players and artists, but it's just not like that. And I don't understand why. It's definitely weird, but yeah, I think Chris is exceptional. He is standout for sure. Let's see. CZ says here, safe travels. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'll be. Let's see. It's 11:30. I gotta go here soon. I was actually just keeping an eye here on the time, but yeah, I have to get out of here at noon. So, be ride back to Nashville. It's gonna be about like 6 hours from here. So, let's see. 1002 Northeast says, I'm surprised to hear this. I was under the impression Nashville was packed with tremendous instrumentalists and vocalists. I stayed away because I didn't think I could compete. Record Key is impressive. Yeah, I mean, if you're really stand out and you're good, and don't get me wrong, like, there are a lot of great players. There's a lot of great singers. I'm not taking anything away from that, but again, there's just a lot of like really bad stuff, and I think it is so overhyped. Like, honestly, if you are talented, you have room in Nashville, man. You will definitely do very well there. You will definitely make a living, and I just think it's so overhyped, man. Like, and I'm not trying to like bring anybody down or talk shit or whatever. Like, I just really feel that, honestly. There's just a lot of really bad stuff there. And maybe back in like the 90s or the 2000s, maybe it was a lot more like that, where it was just like, oh man, like everybody is so good and this and that. But I just really feel like now, man, it's not really that great. I mean, if you are a great guitar player, you're a great singer, you're a great bass player, you're a great drummer, you will work there, man. You will definitely be able to make a living there for sure, without a doubt. It doesn't matter the competition. Like, if you have an ability, you will definitely do well there, because again, there's just a lot of really rough stuff there, man, for sure. So, let's see. Have you checked out Lewis Cole's latest album? That dude ain't playing G chords. No, I haven't. I don't know actually. Lewis Cole. I don't know that artist, so I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I just really felt like, man, when I heard him sing for the first time, I was just like, wow, it's really really excellent. But I just think it is so weird there in Nashville how, like, the bands, like the artist, never wants to collaborate ever with like the musicians that they're hiring. It's just like this weird thing. So I don't really understand why that is, but oh well. Let's see. James says here, since amps are electronic circuits, can a new amp sound as good as someone's favorite vintage amp? I don't know if I'm ignorant about something. Well, the thing is like, for me, when it comes to the actual circuit, like, I honestly don't really care. Like, to be honest, like, and the thing is with vintage amps that you have to be careful with is a lot of the stuff in the circuit is very old. So there could be times where you're going to have to replace stuff, because this capacitor or this part in the circuit has gone bad, because it's so old. But the big thing with the vintage amplifiers is that you have to have the original transformers. That is really what makes the vintage amp so much more different than the reissue amp. It's all about the transformers. If those have been changed, there is literally no point in even buying a vintage amplifier. Just get a reissue. There's no point to even buy it. If the output transformer, the power transformer is not as significant as the output, but the power transformer, I still wouldn't buy it if it's been changed. Um, it just really comes down to you have to have the original transformers. If those have been changed, forget it, man. When it comes to the circuit, there's going to be some stuff that, the stuff fails, it goes bad, and maybe, you have to change out the filter caps or whatever to keep the reliability. There's just things with it that are just going to fail. And so, but again, the whole thing with the vintage amps is you have to have the original transformers. And that's the thing, for me, like I had this recent thing where I just consigned all of my vintage Marshalls, and all of those amps have the original transformers. So that is very collectible, and those amps are very different than the reissue Marshall stuff that they're putting out there. And even like I've owned a bunch of vintage deluxe reverbs as well, and even comparing that with the reissue, it is a bit different. But you also have to think about the reliability. The thing is with the tube amp is like when you have a new deluxe reverb reissue, the stuff is all brand new. It's all new parts, man. It's all completely brand new. Where if you're on tour and you're taking out a damn 64 or 65 deluxe reverb, you have to be careful, man, because it's just very old. Like those old Fenders, the way that they're designed, and they still do this even with the reissue deluxe reverbs, is the tubes are hanging upside down, so they're like pointing downward, whereas like a Marshall, they're pointing upward. And the thing is like a lot of those old Fender amps, you got to be careful, because when you have it in the road case and the amp is in the back in the trailer and it's kind of bouncing around, or maybe moving around just a little bit back there, the tube can actually fall out of the tube socket. And that's because the tube socket is so old that it's just so loose, and the tube just has nothing to actually grab onto. And so it can really suck, man, where if you pull up to a gig and you're about to do a sound check, and you're trying to turn your amp on, and all of a sudden you see a power tube is dropped out of the tube socket, like that could damage the amp, and like you just got to be careful with that kind of stuff. And it's really just one of those things. Like you have to really think about, if you're going to be gigging or if you're recording, what are you really using these amplifiers for? If you're going to be recording, man, the vintage amps, they are the way to go. But if you're going to be on tour, man, you may want to consider actually getting a reissue amplifier, because it's all new parts. So it's definitely something to consider. I love vintage amplifiers. There's nothing like them. They sound incredible. But once again, it's all about the transformers. If those transformers have been changed, do not buy it. Do not buy it. Just get a reissue then at that point. It's just not worth it. Let's see. Scott from South Carolina, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, maybe the artist doesn't want to share songwriting credits. I mean, who knows what it is, but again, like the artist, a lot of them, they don't even write their own songs anyways. It's all just like, some random songwriter that is signed to a publishing deal where, that's a whole other discussion we could go down. But, they're already sharing songwriting credits with a lot of the songwriters that are there in Nashville that are signed to some publishing company. I mean, I just think it's very weird. Like the thing that's so different, with music now is in comparison to like the 70s or the 60s is like, the 60s, it was a band, everybody was contributing, everybody was trying to write just the best music possible. And it wasn't just the same songwriters just over and over and over again that you hear all the time, like in Nashville. And I'm not saying anything bad about those guys. Like that stuff is awesome. But I think what made music so unique back in those days is like it was just everybody was collaborating. Everybody. That's what it was, man. It was all about you had to form a band and write songs and try to get a record deal. That's what it was. Where now it's just so different, you know. I mean, people were not having songs written for them like it is now, where it's just constantly like, of course I'm sure some of that stuff was going on back in those days, but again, it was all about the band. It was all about four or five guys collaborating in a room and offering their unique musicianship to the material, to the music, you know, and using their own set of ears, you know, to be able to create something. So, you know, I just think that that collaboration is really missing. And, you know, for me, I wanted to find a partner in crime, and I'm so lucky. I'm so happy that, you know, I found Chris. You know, he's just a phenomenal singer, and I'm just so excited to be collaborating. I mean, that's what music is all about, man, is collaborating. And, you know, he has such an amazing voice. And go and check out our video. I think you were actually on the premiere, but for those out there, go and check out my recent video that I did with Chris Keller. We did an amazing cover of Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll, and Chris is just singing so well, and it just came out so good, man. I loved it. So go and check that out. But really excited to be collaborating with him, and we're really excited about the future with our project. Let's see. 1000 says here, any advice on tricks for recognizing intervals better? I practice this all the time, but I'm not happy with the inconsistency in getting them right. Um, that's a really great question, man. I don't really want to share that here on the live stream. Just send me an email. I know you've been a huge supporter, and you know you've given me, you know, Venmo tips and stuff. So just send me an email, and I'd be happy to answer your question. I just don't want to share it here for free on this YouTube live stream. So really do appreciate the question, though. But again, just definitely send me an email, and I'd be happy to answer it for you. Let's see. James says here, that's great information about the vintage transformers. Thank you. Yeah, man, that's definitely the big thing, man, with a vintage amplifier. If those transformers are, you know, changed out, they're swapped out, do not buy it. Again, do not buy it. Just get a reissue. Scott says here, Sam Hunt said that he wrote songs but had to share credits with the artist and their staff writer. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not too hip or familiar with his particular situation, but interesting. And 1000 says here, I'm so glad you tell people about the Transformers. It is absolutely 100% correct what you're saying. The Transformer core is what determines 90% of the sound of the corrector. Next, the type of caps. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like the majority of the tone of the amp. It's all about the transformers, you know. If that stuff has been swapped, even a power transformer, man, I'm not interested in it, man. I'm not gonna buy it. It's completely pointless. So that's what it's literally all about. But anyways, folks, I really appreciate everybody's questions and all the engagement here today. I'm starting to get a little tired, and I do have to get going here. I have to leave here at noon Eastern time here, so I've got about 18 minutes here now. And I still got to kind of pack up and get moving here. But once again, you know, I really appreciate everybody joining me here today. It really means the world to me. You know, if you guys would like to support the channel, you know, be sure to check out all of the links down below in the description box. I offer one-on-one online lessons. You know, I offer all kinds of stuff. I'm a Sweetwater Music affiliate partner. I have my own music out there. And I just have all kinds of ways you can support this channel. You know, if you would like to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, you know, any and all support is always really appreciated. So be sure to do that. Be sure to check out all the links and stay tuned. I have a bunch more videos coming up. I'm really excited about it. And I'm so happy to announce my new collaboration with Chris Keller. He's a phenomenal singer, and we're going to be writing some amazing music. And I'm so excited to share this stuff with you guys. And again, I would love to know where you guys are watching from. We would love to take this thing out on the road eventually. So, if you guys are comfortable with sharing what the closest major city is to you, we would love to come play for you. So let us know. And, once again, I really appreciate all of the support. Check out all the links and stay tuned. We have a bunch more videos coming up here. And let's see, just have a couple more comments before I go. Scott says here, change transformer is like buying a vintage car with a new engine. Yeah, totally. Totally. And let's see, James says here, these live streams are great prep for having a girlfriend. You have to carry on 4 separate conversations at once. Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, it's the live streams, man. This has been, it's taken me a little bit of time to get used to doing this because as I'm in the middle of talking about something, I'm seeing the other comments come in. So I get distracted sometimes and I kind of lose my train of thought. But yeah, it's like, man, these conversations, it just goes all over the place. You never really know, um, where it's going to go. So you really have to be able to carry on all of these different conversations. So yeah, you're totally right. But yeah, it's fun though. I love doing these. It's a lot of fun. Let's see, 1000 says here, I don't let other people fix my vintage gear because I'm afraid they will swap the transformers out. Anyway, safe travels, bud. Thanks so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. And man, I totally understand. You really have to be careful. Even with vintage guitars, man, it's the same thing. Like, if you leave it with a tech or something, you just never know what kind of sketchy, shady stuff they could do, man, where maybe they clip a cap out or they change the transformers like you were saying, or that's great advice, man, to people out there. If you're gonna buy vintage gear, really be careful and really find people you really trust with the stuff, because there's a lot of people out there, man, that are just shysters, man. They're just scammers. And these guys, man, they won't tell you that they've changed something or they've done something to the stuff, and they'll just go ahead and basically just steal a part out of your instrument. And especially if it's something like a vintage 335 or something, that can be very expensive, man. These pots or a knob or a cap or something like this, like that's modifying the guitar and it's going to affect the value of it. So you really got to be very careful, man, and really find the people that you really trust to work on your stuff. So another piece of advice there for sure. And another comment here, we have Davey in the house. Hey Davey, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, yo Justin, been loving the channel, man. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that, Davey. That really means the world to me. Thanks so much for being here. This is a new name here, so again, thanks so much for watching all the videos and enjoying the channel. I hope you enjoyed my recent video I just put up with Chris Keller. He's an amazing singer, and we're really excited to be collaborating together and see what kind of music we create. So stay tuned, man. I've got a bunch more stuff coming up. But anyways, we have CZ here saying bye, Justin. Bye. Take care. Thanks so much again for being here. And with that, folks, that is all for today. Once again, I really appreciate everybody's support, and we will see you all next time. Take care.